So in order to reduce printing, we're going to apply a number of basic concealment mechanics. So to reduce printing, we're going to cause the gun itself to conform to the body. That means that we're going to get the grip to rotate into the body, and we're going to get the top of the gun to tilt in. A lot of people, when they find themselves printing or struggling with comfort or concealment, are failing to restrain these elements of the gun such that the gun tips out away from their body, causing the top of the slide and the grip of the gun to print, and also causing the muzzle end of the gun to stick them in their pelvis below the belt, causing a lot of discomfort. So with a couple really basic tools, levers and wedges, the most simple and basic human tools, we're going to apply those principles to the holster to cause the gun to conceal better. So for example, we've got our holster here from our friends at Dark Star Gear set up exactly how we would want to use it. So we're using a Glock 48 blue gun and a Dark Star Gear holster. One of the features of this holster is a device called a wing, and that transmits belt pressure to the holster to the gun. So as you tighten down the belt applies pressure to the wing, causing the grip of the gun to rotate and press into the body. Oftentimes, when you're setting up your own concealed carry holster, you'll notice that there's a little bit of a gap between your body and the grip of the gun. By applying belt pressure to the wing of the holster, that causes the grip of the gun to come into contact with your body, causing it to take up less space in between your body and your clothing. Another thing to keep in mind is you might experience a gap between your body and the gun at the bottom of the holster, which causes the gun to tilt out away from your body. Or if you're sort of curved in the front the way I am, the gun wants to ride the curve of your abdomen in such a way that it causes it to tilt out away from the belt. Short pistols also have a fairly pronounced tendency to tip out away from the body as well, because once you're wearing the gun, all the mass of the gun is above the belt line. So kind of the same way a ship needs a keel to keep it balanced, sometimes having a longer pistol or a little more holster length will help keep that pistol from tipping out away from the body, which is one of the kind of counterintuitive things about why small pistols can be difficult to conceal and often uncomfortable.
When we're trying to get our gun to conform to the body, we're going to use some basic physics principles. So we're going to use the pressure of our belt across the face of the holster, and we're going to divert that pressure with wings and wedges. And those two things together can change the way the gun interacts with the body. So a wing looks like this, and when the belt pressure goes across the face of the wing, it rotates the grip of the gun in. A wedge looks like this, but there can be several different kinds. The way a wedge works is it uses belt pressure across the face of the holster to tip the gun into the body. So you can see it like this. Together, wings and wedges can give you complex interactions between the gun and your body. So some of this is going to be a little bit of guess and check. It's going to depend on your individual anatomy, but you'll be able to use those two tools to adjust the gun to fit your individual shape.
Something to keep in mind is that every human body is different. When you're setting up your holster for maximum concealment and maximum comfort, think about it a little bit like fitting a prosthetic. You're taking a mechanical appliance and affixing it to your body for 8 to 12 hours a day. You're going to need to pay special attention to how the ergonomics of the system interact with your body that cause it to be comfortable, sustainable to wear, and individual, most importantly. So your holster is a starting point. You're going to get something off the shelf that is made to fit the gun and to have certain features, and you're going to have to do the last little bit of fitting at home to really personalize it. Every wedge is going to be a different shape because that's going to depend on how that part of the holster interacts with your body and what you need it to do. How much rotation do you need? What size of fulcrum does this need to be? How much does your abdomen curve? How much gap does that need to take up? Be prepared to spend some time maximizing the comfort and concealment that you get out of any specific holster.
This video was created in collaboration with Discover by Langdon Tactical Technology. Discover is a place where new concealed carriers can go and learn about the ins and outs of shooting, concealed carry, and health. If you enjoyed this video, then consider hitting the subscribe button and go check out Langdon Tactical's Discover content here on YouTube or at lttdiscover.com.